Morning. Thank you. Can I just have a Greek coffee and a chocolate oblivion, please? Hi. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh.
Is your chocolate oblivion?
Wow.
One of our best seller pieces.
Wow. That looks good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chocolate cake.
Oh, wow, that's so beautiful. Wow, thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Right, so all the flowers have been bought for the wedding anniversary dinner. I bought the card. Now it's time just to focus on the food. And what I'm cooking today is 3 of my wife's favorite dishes of all time. We're gonna start off with a slow roast pumpkin and ginger soup. I'm then gonna make her favorite beef Wellington. And then I'm also going to make creme brulee, which is her ultimate favorite. So the first thing we have to do is we have to get the creme brulee on. Okay, so now that we have our 12 egg yolks already separated, it's now time for us to get the milk and the cream. Now, with 12 egg yolks, you need 1 liter of liquid. So it's entirely up to you how much of ratio cream to milk. Okay, so that's 1 liter of liquid. We're just gonna put this on a nice low heat. We just want to get it just to the point of before boiling. Right, so while the milk and cream is heating up, we are gonna add about 180 grams of white sugar. And we're just gonna whisk this through until it sort of doubles in size and it becomes a really nice pale color. Okay, so now that our egg yolks have really sort of doubled in size and they've gone a really nice pale color and it's really sort of nice and thick, so this is now ready to go. Okay, so now that I can feel that the egg mixture is pretty much the same temperature as the milk and the cream was, there's no chance of it scrambling now, so I can just go ahead and just pour everything in. Everything's really nice and mixed. We're just gonna have to strain it just to make sure that the brulee is silky, silky smooth. Okay, so now that we've strained it, we can pour them into the molds and start baking them. Okay, so the next dish is slow roasted pumpkin and ginger soup. So the first thing we have to do is we have to peel this bad boy. Okay, so now that the pumpkin's peeled, we've gotten rid of all of the green bits. So we'll cut this in half again, and now we'll just cut them into even sizes, just so that everything cooks evenly. Okay, so now for us to roast it on a very nice low heat, we want to create a little oven inside the oven. So we'll get a tray and we'll get some tin foil. You get the tin foil a little bit bigger than your actual tray and spread it out. So now we can put the pumpkin inside. Now we're going to add the sage. We can just throw the sage on top. We're going to remove it later. We just want to extract all of that flavor. So we'll put that on and a really good glug of extra virgin olive oil. And then 1 or 2 cloves of garlic. And then really good seasoning on top. So we'll get another sheet of tin foil and we're just going to close everything up. Make sure that it's airtight all around. Okay, so it's going to take you about 45 minutes, but that 45 minutes is totally worth it because your soup is just going to benefit from the extra time in the oven. So we want to fry these off on a medium-high heat, and we just want to fry them. We don't want any color. We just want to soften them. We'll just saute these vegetables for about 20 to 25 minutes on a really nice low heat. We just want the vegetables to be soft. We don't want to caramelize them. We don't want to brown them. Just a really nice low heat. Right, so the pumpkin's been in there for about 45 minutes, and I can really smell the pumpkin. It's smelling really nice. So we don't need the sage anymore. We'll get rid of that. And we'll also get rid of the garlic. And we can just dump everything into the vegetables inside the pot that's already softened. Right, so now to bind all of those flavors, the pumpkin, the ginger, the sage, we're just going to add a little bit of cinnamon. We don't want too much cinnamon. We just want to have a little bit of sweetness just to bring all those flavors together. Okay, so now we're just gonna add really good quality chicken stock, and we'll simmer it for maybe 5-10 minutes, just until the carrots are soft. And then it'll go straight to the blender, salt and pepper, and it's ready to serve. Right, so to start the beef Wellington, we need to get some chopped button mushrooms. And I've got two kinds of mushrooms here. I've got the regular white button mushroom, and then I also have the brown button mushroom. So we're gonna chop them up very, very roughly, and then we're gonna saute them and draw out as much of the moisture as we can. Okay, so to extract all the moisture out of the mushrooms, we need to cook them on a medium to high heat. We just put some garlic, just a big sprig of thyme. So now we are going to add the mushrooms. I'm not putting any oil in because, again, that's moisture of us adding into the mushrooms, and we want to extract the moisture. Okay, so to get this beef seared, we need to get our pan really, really hot. So while a pan's heating up, we just get some oil in, and we're just gonna flavor that oil with garlic. And then a couple of sprigs of thyme. And as soon as you throw this in, it's really gonna splatter, just like that. And then it's just flavoring all of the oil now for us. So while that's heating up, we're just gonna season the beef, and then we're just gonna lay it seasoned side down in the pan. That's been fried. We'll get this in the fridge. We'll chill it right down, and then we can start wrapping everything. Okay, so when it comes time to actually blow torching the brulee, I like to use confectionery sugar or powdered sugar. With powdered sugar, it's a lot finer, it's a lot crisper. But what you have to do is you have to dust one layer, blow torch it, and then dust another layer just to get a really nice, crisp caramel on top. Okay, so now it's time to start wrapping the beef Wellington. So the first thing we have to do is we have to get some Dijon mustard and a pastry brush. So we're just going to cover all of this beef tenderloin in this beautiful Dijon mustard. What that's going to do is that's going to act as a glue to sort of hold our mushrooms and our Parma ham in place. And don't be shy when you put the mustard on, really get it on there, because it is going to give you a little bit of a spice in amongst all of these flavors. Now it's time to start the wrapping process, and we'll just lay it out like that. Try and get 2 layers of plastic wrap over each other like that. It just strengthens the plastic wrap, and it's easier to sort of work and mold with your hands. We're now going to lay down the Parma ham. And the Parma ham basically is a Spanish ham that's made from the hind legs of the pig. It's been salted and then it's been air dried. So we just get the mushrooms and just layer them on top of the Parma ham. Okay, so we have a really nice, even layer of mushrooms here now. Now, we're just gonna take the beef, stick that on top, and now we're just gonna pick up the plastic wrap, roll it around like that, up and over, and really tuck everything in. We're gonna leave that in the fridge for at least half an hour just to set all the mushrooms, the Parma ham, then roll the whole thing in puff pastry. Okay, so now it's time for the final stage of our beef Wellington, which is the puff pastry. So now that we got the puff pastry really nice and thin, it's now time to bring out the beef. So with the beef, it's now been sitting in the fridge for about 45 minutes. Everything is really firmed up nicely. Everything is intact. Now, we just need to take that and just get a rough guide about how big we need it. And I think I can get rid of this over here, and I can get rid of just a little bit over there. Okay? So now we have to egg wash the whole thing. Now, we can pick up the beef. Now take the pastry and really sort of roll it over and really tuck it in there. And we'll take this side and fold it over like this. With gentle hands, we'll pick that up, put that down on a tray, and put it in the fridge and rest it for at least half an hour. Okay, so the wife is on her way. I'm just going to brush this beef Wellington with egg wash. And that's just gonna give it a really nice golden color and make it really nice and crispy. Okay, so this is going to take half an hour, just enough time for me to pop upstairs, have a shower, and get on my party dress. I'm just gonna go fetch the soup. I'll be back, yeah? Is your favorite soup the slow roasted pumpkin and then the wife?
Happy anniversary.
Same time. Oh, cool.
For what year we met?
Yeah. Late 2002.
What date?
December. You have to keep space for dessert because we have your ultimate favorite. Can you guess what it is? What?
Brulee.
Creme brulee, exactly. Yeah, dude. It's funny that you said that earlier. How's that for?
Man.
Great minds think alike, huh? Now why my spoon?
Craft beers have slowly been invading the country, and one of my friends just started his own microbrewery. Next week, my friend sends me a couple of bottles for me to use in my dishes. To get the recipes from the show, check out my website, markettomaster.com. And if you want to see behind the scenes and latest updates, follow us on Facebook and Twitter.